Hello, everyone, and welcome to CafeTalk. I'm here with Victor, as usual.
What's up, guys? How you doing?
Yeah, so Victor, this is episode 14.
Yeah, it really is? Really?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, we have 14 episodes of our podcast out.
Oh, man. I didn't think it would go by that fast. So we have another special episode coming up, gentlemen, for everybody?
Yep, pretty much.
Every 5 episodes, we're going to bring something interesting for you guys. Trying to change things up a bit. Probably invite another guest. We'll see who it is.
Yeah, definitely. And in the spirit of coffee, we tried the Starbucks Blond Espresso last week.
Yeah, I remember that.
Victor, since you're a more seasoned barista than I am, you want to talk a little bit about it? What you remember?
So the smell was great. Just like with any espresso, it smelled rich and delicious. Just like you could automatically tell it's like that dark, concentrated coffee that everyone loves from espresso itself. On the other hand, though, the taste wasn't as I expected. The texture was there. It felt full bodied. It was smooth. It went down, easy. But the flavor was completely lacking. I only tasted the smokiness from when they were roasting it. I didn't taste any notes from the coffee itself, and I couldn't taste any notes from the coffee itself. I don't know if that's how they wanted it to do, but I kind of, it was kind of disappointing not to taste anything but just, roastiness and smoke. Like that's nothing bad, I know some people out there love that, and that's why they drink coffee for that, nice aromatic roast flavored. But me, myself, because I guess I've been spoiled by, single origin roasts and stuff like that from Danny, it really disappointed me in how little different notes there were in that espresso blend. But if you're just in a rush, if you just want to try a good espresso, I recommend it. What about you, John?
That was a pretty good sum up. Definitely, Starbucks is starting to go into the what's it called, the third wave coffee scene.
Yeah, they're trying to integrate
because I read an article last week about how Starbucks is cold brew, as nasty as it is, just because they use their dark roast Sumatra, which is the darkest and most caffeinated bitter coffee you can get in the market.
Yeah, they
use that for their cold brew, but they're saying that that's going to start to be the future of Starbucks, their emphasis on their cold brew versus their more sweeter, fruity, Instagram worthy drinks the freaking unicorn and the zombie frappuccinos.
Yo, I never heard of the zombie.
Yeah, that's some weird thing that they did for Halloween.
Was it green and black?
There's a BuzzFeed video about it you can watch. Yeah.
Okay, I'm down. I heard of the unicorn. That was everywhere. Everybody wanted to try it, and because it was a limited time offer, everybody rushed to get one.
Yeah. But their Blond Espresso, just as an espresso alone, I would give it a 5.
Yeah.
But because it's a Starbucks espresso, I'd rather get that Blond Espresso drink than anything else on the Starbucks menu.
Oh, I get you. Yeah, I agree. Yeah,
it's a good... For something that comes out of Starbucks, it's a good espresso shot. But if you compare that to a mom and pop third wave coffee, it's a generic espresso shot, textbook. Nothing special about it. It's just an espresso shot.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's good.
But that's still saying something about Starbucks. At least they're starting to care.
Yeah, that's great, because it's you could tell they're putting more emphasis on their espresso itself. They're taking care of it. They're trying to see how many people actually buy the espresso shots itself, and then that way they'll improve.
I'll give them that too. Since they implemented the Blond Espresso, they actually gave all the baristas a new grinding machine and everything.
Really?
Yeah. So they have 2 setups.
Yeah. So that way the Blond Espresso is just for that flavor itself. It's not mixed together with the other ones.
Yeah, exactly.
That's good. That's a good idea. That's a good strategy, man. But hopefully they do work on their cold brew and all that stuff. I wouldn't doubt if they were to bring nitro cold brew. I don't know if they have. Have they?
I don't think so. Nitro cold brew is something fairly new.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that maybe down the line, maybe in a year or so or two, they might integrate it and possibly bottle it up. Because I know Blue Bottle and Stumptown Coffee, they have their own nitro cold brew in cans.
So does Groundwork.
Groundworks has it?
Yeah, remember I brought you a can?
I thought that was Stumptown.
No,
yeah, then Groundworks too.
Stumptown is known for their cold brews. That's what put them on the map. Just like how Intelligentsia is kind of known for their pour-overs. Even though, in my opinion, they're a little lackluster.
Oh, I see. Wait, because you worked with Intelligentsia Coffee, right?
Yeah. I worked at Green Door in Carson for a month.
Yeah.
Or something. And then, obviously, Green Door buys a lot of Intelligentsia's beans and merchandise and stuff and sells it as their own.
Yeah.
So I got to taste a lot of like Intelligentsia espresso and like their pour overs, their single origins, stuff like that.
And how was it for you?
Honestly, like if you're looking at the big coffee people here in SoCal,
yeah,
Intelligentsia is like a very strong, has like the second place slot for me.
Oh, okay, that's good.
Like if you're looking at like the big chains, or whatever. Obviously like El Celito is like my number one, but there's only one of them. We're not like a corporation, we're not a franchise yet.
Yeah, exactly.
For franchises and things like that, Groundwork has to be my number one. Groundwork coffee is just the best.
Oh, that's great. I see.
Just because like I did a little bit of work with Groundwork.
Yeah.
And their Black Magic espresso mix, when you dial it in perfectly, it tastes like a creme brulee.
Really?
It's so good. It's either their black magic or their like black gold blend. I don't know which one is it, but it tastes like a creme brulee.
The last coffee I tried that tasted extremely sweet without having to add any sweeteners to it was when I went to Montebello. I can't remember for the life of me the name of the coffee shop, but we were there for like an event, like a cupping. And there was roasters from all over the city. There was coffee shop owners and stuff like that. They just met up, tried out new stuff that people have brought from like Nicaragua and Salvador. But the one that stood out for me the most was this coffee. I believe it was from El Salvador. I'm not 100% sure. I only tried it once and it blew my mind away, and I can't seem to remember where it was anymore. But I do remember the name, and the name was Black Honey Coffee.
No, I've never heard of it.
It's because it was a honey process. Have you heard? The honey process. But it was extremely slow honey process where he was able to condense all the sweetness that the coffee beans released when they were drying out, and that concentrated so much that it tasted like honey when you're sipping it. And they called it black honey because when you brewed it just right, it was like, oh man, it was like a tetero latte, like a honey latte, just without any milk, without any sweeteners.
That's
nothing.
crazy.
Just the pure black coffee itself. I was blown away. I was amazed.
That's crazy. If you guys want to hear more about coffee, we did a whole hour-long podcast about coffee. I believe it's CafeTalk number 5.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah,
it was.
It's CafeTalk 5. Go listen to it. We go into a little bit of history about coffee, and then we talk about like the different processes which you'd find in a regular coffee shop and like our personal favorite stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, rolling things along. I don't know what we're gonna talk about.
Well, just a little. I just wanted to throw this in. Did you ever have a dream where like you felt you were too connected to reality, yet you still knew it was a dream? Like even though you knew it was a dream, and even in your dream you were like you were aware that it was a dream, it was still too realistic that your mind started playing tricks on you that said like, oh, maybe this isn't a dream, because it not only it didn't seem real as in like the stuff that was in it, but the details and the information that was in it,
I get you.
Your family were saying things that you never even knew, and then you wake up and you go ask your family what you heard in the dream, and it turns out it was right, but nobody told you, that type of stuff, like almost a premonition of sorts, like that.
Like in your case, yes, and that was the dream that I had when your girlfriend cheated on you, and then like the next day in school, I was like, hey, so like, how do you feel? Like, I know your girlfriend broke up with you or something, and then you were like, we just broke up like the other day. I haven't even told anybody.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, that's the only one that I've had like that. But I've had other dreams where I got so caught up in the dream that it didn't feel like a dream anymore. It felt like I was like living in that dream.
Oh man, that's crazy. Which one was that one? Like what
that
happened?
was a long time ago. I don't even
remember?
Faintly, it was something. It had to do with some like weird thing that was going on in my life. I don't even remember. But the thing that I remember most was like, I think I was supposed to run away with a friend or something. But there was like a portal under their bed, and we were supposed to go into this like, I guess like opposite world.
Oh, the upside down?
Yeah, something like that. Like there was like a portal under her bed.
Yeah.
And she was like, we can go into this other world, and like there's no parents and there's no rules. Like we can just do whatever we want. And then I was like, this is crazy, because apparently like if we go through the portal once, like we're stuck in there forever.
You can't come back.
Yeah, or like it was very hard to come back.
Yeah.
And I was like so caught up in the dream, and then when I woke up, I was like, "Wait, what happened?" It's like, where am I?
That's crazy. No, I mean, I just brought it up because the only dream I've ever had like that was it was about my grandma. The dream was about me talking to my grandmother, who's been in Mexico for the past like 15 years. Not that she moved to Mexico, but I moved over here to America and I haven't seen her in 15 years. My parents don't really talk about her at all. And in the dream, I was talking to her, and we were talking about my grandfather, who, may he rest in peace, because he passed away. She was telling me a lot about him, about what type of man he was, and how much he enjoyed spending time with me, because I was his first grandson,
Mm-hmm.
and he was just happy to have me around, and he would always take me up on his lap and feed me some cookies with coffee, even though I was like only 2 years old. She was telling me all this, and I woke up feeling like I didn't wake up. I felt like I was just lying down relaxing, and I just decided to get up and start the day for some reason, like when you just lay in your bed staring at the ceiling. And I brought something that my grandma said to my parents, and my mom was just like, "Where did you hear this from? Like, did your sister tell you?" And I told him, "No, I talked to her." And he's like, "I haven't even talked to my mom in like a month. Like, how did you talk to her?" And I explained to them my whole dream and everything my grandma said to me. And they were just blown away by how accurate everything my grandma told me was about my grandfather.
That's crazy.
And my parents were telling me, like, "We never told you this. Like, you haven't talked to your grandma," because even when my mom calls her, I don't talk to her about my grandfather. I just ask her if she's okay, that I miss her, if everything's okay over there, and that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And this time in the dream, it was mind blowing, because I woke up with more information that even my parents knew, and they're like, "Honestly, I gotta ask your grandma about that." Yeah, I mean, that's the only thing I remember. That's the only time I ever had the experience.
That's crazy.
Right? I have woken up from dreams where it still feels like a dream, or I woke up from a dream within a dream.
I remember you told me
So
about that.
Inception stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I dream about family and stuff. I don't dream about like my cousins and my uncles and aunts that often.
Yeah.
If not ever. But like my own family, like my brothers and sisters and my mom and dad.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll dream about them. But when I don't see my friends for a long time, or I feel like we're starting to drift apart, like then they'll start popping up in my dream.
Oh, okay.
Which is really weird. But I mean, it's kind of like a reminder, like, hey, you haven't talked to this person in a long time. Maybe you should hit him up. Yeah, because like the other week or something, I had a dream about my friend Nicole.
Yeah.
It was kind of funny because apparently like she had this big family party or whatever, and I was invited.
Yeah.
I like Nicole. I'm pretty sure she doesn't suffer with like social anxiety. If she does, she never told me.
Yeah.
But in the dream, she did.
Uh-huh.
So she would go to her own room to get away, but she had this like weird like helmet apparatus that would transfer her consciousness into like this bracelet.
Oh, what?
That she can like wear, that like her mom or sister or something could wear, so that way she can be like around people and like get to know them and stuff without them seeing her. So she did that, and I was like looking for her because apparently like her dad was like, "Oh, go get Nicole."
Yeah.
And I went and I found this bracelet, and then my sister saw me, and she thought I was giving the bracelet to her. So she took the bracelet that Nicole already transferred her consciousness in, and I was like, "Hey, that's not a bracelet. That's my friend Nicole." And my sister's like, "Oh, I know that, but we're best friends now."
What?
Because like sadly my sister doesn't have friends, so she kind of like hijacked my friend Nicole.
Yeah, she was so
then,
excited.
Yeah, and then I woke up.
Oh wow, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and then like a couple of days later, Nicole texted me, and I was like, "Oh, cool."
It's like she felt your presence calling you from the dream.
Yeah, Nicole, if you're listening, which I doubt, you should listen to our podcast though. You're the best. I'll always support you. Yeah, dreams are interesting. You already know I have like very vivid dreams.
Yeah, I know. You told me so many
Though
times.
lately I've had dumb dreams. Like the last dream I remember is I just got another cattle dog.
Really? You got 2 dogs now?
Yeah, except the other one was blue.
I was gonna say that was it. The blue
yeah, Ollie. For those of you who don't know, I have 2 dogs. I have Barry, which is a Maltipoo.
The one that appears in other episodes.
She's here with us now, but she's being a lot quieter than she usually is, which is cool. And then I have Ollie, who is a cattle dog, an Australian cattle dog, and he appears in my Instagram and stuff like that. But yeah, I have those 2 dogs, and I just dreamt that I got another one because I like cattle dogs, as hard-headed as they are.
I mean, it's not bad.
Yeah,
it's a good dream. Have you seen any new movies lately, or heard of any new movies or upcoming you're like excited for?
Not really. I haven't really looked up any movies. I know there's a whole animated Netflix original, Godzilla.
Oh, the Godzilla Earth or something like that? Yeah.
Like, I want to watch it, but I'm too lazy. I haven't found the time to. But Dude. I want to watch that. Other movies, I mean, I'm excited for, like, the new Avengers movie.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it. I'm more excited about video games that are coming out.
Well, okay, hold on. Before we get into video games, because I really want to talk about that too. That whole Godzilla Earth, I saw a video comparing sizes of all the Godzillas that have appeared so far. And it's like the first Godzilla was like 50 feet or something like that. Yeah, it wasn't that big. Yeah, and then the reimagined Godzilla, which was, I believe, the one in 2015 or so.
No, we saw in theaters.
Yeah, the one with where the guys are falling off the sky with the red trail behind them.
I actually want that movie poster.
Right,
that movie poster looks awesome.
Yeah,
the movie itself, like, I'll give it like a 7 out of 10. It was good, but it was kind of like
like it was too much story wise, not enough like monster fighting.
Except there was that one scene that was amazing.
Which one? The one where he blew like his beam or what?
The first time he uses his atomic breath.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
That was
scene.
The best.
Yeah.
I was just like, oh shit, things are going down.
So in that movie he was 100 feet tall, so he was double the size of the original Godzilla. But there's this new movie that Edward has been telling us that I honestly thought
the Shin Godzilla.
The Shin Godzilla. I thought it was like literally the original Godzilla, just like remastered. But no, it's actually a whole different movie that goes back to the original Godzilla style.
Yeah.
And they still made him bigger, but just by a little. They made him 108 feet.
Oh, okay.
And this new anime movie that you're talking about, the Godzilla Earth, he has been alive for 3,000 years compared to like all the new Godzillas. And Shin Godzilla, being 108, the tallest ones from all the other ones, only reaches to his kneecap.
Dang, so he's like 500 feet or something?
3,000 feet tall.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, dude.
So he grows a foot every year he's alive?
I don't know, man, but he's plant-based because he's connected to the earth.
Oh, okay.
So, like, his spikes aren't, like rocky. They're actually, like, leaves. Oh. And he's humongous. And just because of that, I've been dying to see the movie, but I don't have Netflix anymore. But I would just watch it because of that, just of how big he is. Now apparently there's 2 Godzillas in that movie.
Really?
There's that old Godzilla and the Godzilla that everyone thought was like the original or the only one. So I'm interested in seeing that. That's all I've heard from that. But yeah, it sounds crazy. What games have you heard that you want to play?
What movies are you talking about, or what movies have you seen?
Well, no, not really. Like, not anything particularly in mind. But I've heard a lot about the movie that came out recently, Shape of Water.
Oh, okay.
I've heard a lot about good, interesting stuff. How it's actually a good take on like, I want to say Romeo and Juliet story-ish, you know, that Shakespearean style, but
yeah.
I don't think it is a Romeo and Juliet story. I think it's more of a loner outcast sort of thing. People mistreating a person, and then because of that, or like shaming them, because of that, they form a connection with the monster, because the monster itself is treated as an outcast, a creature that no one knows and wants to get close to, you know. So that movie seems interesting. It's a great love story, and it reminds me of the creature from the Black Lagoon. So that's why I want to see it.
Just because we're talking about movies, I remember like these recordings are like before our first episode. Like, so our first episode of CafeTalk, we recorded 3 times. Because the first time we just weren't ready.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like let's just practice. And then the second time was supposed to be the first episode, but the data got corrupted like halfway through.
Yep.
And then the third time, I don't know what happened. I think we just weren't happy with it, or I wasn't happy with it.
Yeah.
So, in those 3 recordings, we had the same question of, if you could make a movie, what movie would it be? And I just remember, like, we talked about the same movie, and every single time we talked about it, we just got less and less excited. So I was like, I don't even know if we'll ever ask that question again.
Yeah.
Though our friends on our 10th episode, we had our friend Edward on, and he has his own. He's part of another YouTube group.
Yeah.
Called the Couch Potatoes.
Yep.
If we ever do a collaboration with them, we should ask that question. Like, if you could make a movie, what movie would it be?
Well, we did ask Edward that, didn't we? He said he would make a movie kind of like Poetic Justice with Tupac.
Oh yeah, like something like that.
Like a coming of age, out of the ghetto type of stuff.
Well, just because they're more focused on like movies and music and stuff, it would be more interesting.
Oh, definitely. I agree.
But yeah, if you guys want, go check out Couch Potatoes on YouTube. Mm-hmm. They're pretty cool. Like we've known them since middle school.
Yeah.
Edward's obviously like one of our best friends. Lewis and Bruce, they're cool guys.
Yeah, you guys will enjoy them. Their channel mainly focuses on TV and movie reviews for now.
Yeah,
yeah. I hear that they want to do something else.
Movie and music reviews.
Movie and music?
Yeah, movie and music.
Yeah. So you guys check them out. See if you guys agree with their ideas on what goes where and what movie's best and sort of stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah. Well, if we ever do get them on our channel, we should play video games and just smoke them. Yo,
I'm down. That would be fun.
See, we need to get more people so we can do like a 5-on-5 Overwatch match.
Oh,
like Jumblhoj versus Couch Potatoes.
Dude.
Because we have 2 and they have 3.
Yeah.
So we need 3 more people and they need 2 more people.
I mean, we could get Chris.
Oh yeah,
like Danny's brothers, Danny's family. Like, even if they don't really play.
Oh, and I have Kevin and Alvin. I forgot. Well, Kevin doesn't really play, but Alvin does.
There you go.
We got 2 people.
We can find people. Yeah.
We got a bunch of people.
All right.
But yeah. Is there any other questions you want to talk about? Oh, video games.
Yeah, the video games you were talking about.
Yeah.
Which ones are you excited for? Like,
I mean,
like I know we've always we said that. Was it Bio?
Yeah, Biomutant's coming out.
Yeah.
Because you have a PS4, I wanna play the new Steven Universe game. It's already out.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, and they're talking about porting it to PC and Nintendo Switch, but like maybe later on in the year.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to play the new Steven Universe Save the Light. What else is there?
Do you get like special transformations from that?
Yeah,
like can you turn into the fuse gems?
Yeah, one of the first transformations I think you can do is like Stefani.
Yeah, of course, that one's obvious.
And then other than that, like you can do like the regular ones. Not Garnet. The other one.
Pearl.
Yeah, Pearl and Garnet. They turn into something. Sardonyx.
Sardonyx. There you go.
Yeah. You can turn into them, and then there's other like weird. I think there's like a special transformation just for the game. And really? Speaking of that, because Dragon Ball Z Fighters, is it out already?
This Friday is coming out. I'm so excited for that.
I looked up a little bit about the game, and apparently the main villain, I think, is supposed to be canon because the director of Dragon Ball Super helped create him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well,
but
I don't know if he is canon though. Yeah.
But that villain is specific to the game.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Which is crazy. I'm just like, oh shoot.
Yeah. So in Dragon Ball Z, the Dragon Ball Fighters. It's no surprise anymore because there's a bunch of information out there. Mm-hmm. But the villain is Android 21. Because there's Android, of course, 17, which is the black-haired dude, the skinny rocker guy. Android 18, which is the blonde girl that married Krillin. Android 19 was the weird Buddha-looking guy, pale skin.
Oh, yeah.
And then Android 20 was supposed to be Dr. Giro.
Wait, then which one's the green one? Is that Android 16?
Mm-hmm. 16 is the green one, 17 is the guy, the skinny guy, 18 is the girl, 19 is the Buddha guy, Android 20 was Doctor, and Android 21 is the new one. She's also, when she first appeared, she also looked like she was working with Dr. Zero, because she was wearing like a lab coat and glasses and stuff. She looked really, scientific. But then she morphs into a Majin character.
Really?
Yeah, she's like a Majin android mix, and I don't know how that happens. I have no idea because I haven't played the game yet. Probably by the time this podcast airs, it's already gonna be like a few days once it already came out.
Well, yeah, it's gonna go up this Saturday.
Oh, Saturday. Well, yeah. So the game technically came out yesterday, but
yeah, I would like to say we'll play it, but we don't have the hardware for it yet.
Yeah, exactly. We haven't. Got into technology.
If you guys want to go and support our Patreon, we don't have a Patreon.
But yeah, no, it seems like a cool game. It's really interesting. Again, it's been the longest week of my life just waiting for that game right now because I've tried the beta and the beta was incredibly fun.
Fair enough.
Are you by any chance on? I know you're not a huge fan of it. But I know you would like to play it or any chance. I don't know. That's why I'm asking if you want to play it. God of War, the new one that's coming out.
Actually, I want to play it. The new God of it looks really interesting just because I haven't seen a lot of games that have like that Norse mythology.
Yeah.
That Norse mythology. The only game that I've seen was like, I think it was Bastion or Jotunheim, which is some indie game.
Bastion, the silver haired kid with a sword.
It's either that one or it's something else. I can look it up right now.
All right.
Since we're recording on my desktop. Oh, Subnautica has a full release.
A full release? Like they're already done adding to it? Like they're complete?
There's probably gonna be like DLCs or like little add-ons here and there, but the game is done. Like it has an ending and everything.
Oh, nice.
Which is pretty cool. There you go, Yodam. Yeah.
Oh, I've heard of that game.
Yodam's the only game that I know that has like this Norse mythology to it, and it has like a really great art style. It's kind of like, what is it? It's like late 80s, early 90s animation feel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like only.
It looks like the animation of what is it? What's that called? The Sailor Moon.
Yeah. I was gonna say that, you know that episode of South Park where like they sniff cat pee and they go into that other world? That's the same animation.
The heavy metal.
Yeah,
the movie of heavy metal is making fun of it.
Yeah, that's like the same animation style.
Yeah, it looks really cool. It looks really crisp.
Yeah, exactly. I want to play it and stuff. But other than that, there's like typical games that we already talked about.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all I have to say about it. I'm looking at my Steam list right now.
Because we finally got a release date for God of War. That's what I was asking. The newest trailer, I think, might be the final trailer. Mm-hmm. It's a story mode trailer where it's they talk more in depth about the girl that, I don't know if she married Kratos, but the girl that birthed the son of Kratos.
Ah, I see.
And the release date is April 20th of this year. So that's... Well, Sony said that they were going to release it early 2018. And when you hear that, people are thinking like March and before, you know, like right before April. Like they consider April more like towards mid-year.
Well, April's still like in the first quarter of the year.
Yeah, it's still like almost even the first third of the year, you know? Mm-hmm. So it's like late third of the year. So that's why like everyone was thinking maybe it's going to come out February or anything, like late February. But because they released on April, I'm actually starting to speculate that maybe that new Spider-Man game, the Spider-Man 2018 for the PS4, it might be coming out like September or something.
Maybe, I don't know. There's a lot of cool games coming out this year.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely a lot of like, I don't want to say like cult classics, but games that people have been expecting, like the new Spider-Man game, the new God of War game, Kingdom Hearts 3.
Oh, yeah, man, I'm dying for that game.
Monster Hunter World just came out.
Oh, yeah, that looks crazy.
Yeah.
I tried the beta for that one, too, and it was kind of like Dark Souls. Like, I know you hear that everywhere. You know, it's a Dark Souls game of blah, blah, blah.
It's just like Dark Souls.
But the only aspect of Dark Souls that it reminded me of is that it just threw you into the world. It if anything, it gave you like a minor tutorial on how to like attack and everything, but it mainly just threw you into the world, not knowing how difficult it would be to just kill one of the monsters. You know, they're not they're not ranked from like easiest to hardest. It's just,
speaking of which,
you know, you find the monsters.
Speaking of which, we just finished Doki Doki. If you want us to play Dark Souls, comment down below.
Hey, yeah, we did.
Let us know. Tweet, shoot us a tweet. What do you say? I don't use tweet. How to use Twitter?
Yeah, just tweet us at Jumblhoj. Let us know if you guys want us to play
or DM
Dark Souls
on Instagram
or anything. There's a new Dark Souls remaster coming out, so if you guys want us to wait for that one too, I'm most likely gonna get it. But if anything, just let us know what games you guys are interested in watching. You know, we finished playing Doki Doki, so check that episode out.
Our first complete Let's Play. So if you guys want to binge watch us, play Doki Doki Literature Club, you can watch all 14 episodes of it.
Yeah, and trust me, that game gets intense.
Victor legitimately screams.
Yeah, I did.
Out of horror. And I'm just in the passenger seat because I kind of know what's going on.
Yeah, you were just waiting for that moment.
Exactly.
But we did manage to see something that at least Jolin, since he's seen gameplays or playthroughs before, he hasn't seen in other playthroughs. So
yeah,
we managed to at least see some
hopefully
of it,
that's something new that like we found out. If not, like it's cool that not a lot of other Let's Plays have seen that.
Yeah, like we're just cool in figuring that out because it was new to us. We didn't expect it whatsoever.
Yeah, but, definitely.
You know, hopefully you guys enjoy the Let's Play and, you know, let us know. Comment below. You know, we love to hear from you guys.
Yeah. And I guess with that, thank you for listening.
Yeah.
These podcasts we find them very enjoyable. I have a lot of fun doing these.
Yeah, it's nice to just talk things out with you guys.
Yeah, definitely. Let us know if you want us to keep on doing Let's Plays, if you want us to do some other stuff. We have comedy skits in the work, which I know we've said that since the beginning of this month. But they are in the works. It's a little hard right now because I'm planning to go back to school and I'm dealing with like family issues. Like not anything serious. Like my parents don't like that I'm doing a podcast on YouTube and all this stuff.
Yeah.
I've got my dogs to worry about.
Yep. You have a play forward there, man.
Yeah.
Also, you guys, if you're interested in seeing maybe like what it takes to open up a business, or you know, if you're interested in hearing more about the El Cielito place where we record, check out the documentary that Jolin made. He interviews the owner of El Cielito Cafe, gives him some real hard-hitting questions and some true insight on, you know, what motivates him every day to continue his business, and you know, maybe what it might encourage you to start your own business if you're like on the edge of maybe should I or shouldn't I. You know, check it out. It's very informative.
Yeah, and I have more of those documentaries in the works. Like, I have people in the science community that I want to talk to. I have people in like the technologies.
Yep.
Maybe I'll reach out to other small business owners and see if they have if they can spare a moment of their time to talk to me about this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Like here at Jumblhoj, we just want to do a little bit of everything.
Mm-hmm.
And
just see what you guys like.
Hopefully you guys like what you see. If you do, don't forget to hit that like button. You can subscribe to us, helps us out a lot. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Thank you for listening. We'll see you next time.
Yeah, thank you guys. Stay beautiful.